So I'm going to show you different types of correlation and how to interpret. So if we look at our first diagram, and we've got the hours a week a person has been training for a running race against their time in, say, the marathon. And what we can see is that for people who didn't do much training, say this person here, then they've taken quite a bit of time. Let's say that's 4 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour. Which for those people who are doing loads and loads of training, okay, so indicate by coming down the x-axis, so a much higher number, then the time it's taking them is much lower. So this is said to be negative correlation. A negative correlation occurs when one variable, something we're measuring that can vary, right, when one variable will go up, in this case the amount of time we spent training, that the other variable comes down. So there seems to be a connection between the number of hours we've been training and the time it takes to do the marathon. And this is said to be negatively correlated. Now in an exam question you get a picture like this and it will say what type of correlation do you have, and all you have to say is negative correlation. Now in the second question we're looking at the temperature, say in centigrade, and ice cream sales. And what appears to happen in this case is that the higher the temperature, the more ice creams are being bought. Now if it doesn't ask for correlation, and the question says, you know, what can you tell us what happens to ice cream sales when the temperature rises, you can say that ice cream sales increase as temperature increases. So ice cream sales, and this is called interpreting the graph. Ice cream sales increase as temperature increases. And in an exam you're likely to be given a picture like this and you've got to describe either what type of correlation there is or what sort of connection there is between the two variables. So what we've seen then in the first one, the more hours training, the less time it takes to do the race, and that's negative correlation. In the second example, as ice cream sales increase, as temperature increases, so do ice cream sales, and that is positive correlation. Occasionally we can look at two things that are not really correlated at all. So if we look at the number of books a person has read, say, in a year, and looked at how many fillings they'd had in their life, then we can see that there's some people who've not read many books, not got many fillings, and there's others who have. And there's some people who've read lots of books, have very few fillings, and there's some people who read lots of books and have lots of fillings. So there's no connection here, so we simply say no correlation. That's correlation.